What do you call a man who rapes your grandchild? And when your grandchild cries, he calls a terrorist. What do you call a man who rapes your daughter? And when your daughter runs away, he calls a terrorist. What do you call a man who rapes your sister? And when your sister runs away, he calls a terrorist. What do you call a man who rapes your wife? And when your wife runs away, he calls a terrorist. What do you call a man who rapes your grandmother? And when your grandmother bites him, he calls a terrorist. What do you call a man who rapes your mother? And when your mother attacks him, he calls a terrorist. What do you call a man who rapes women? And when they resist, he calls a terrorist. A man who rapes your granddaughter, and when she cries, he calls her a terrorist, is called United States of America. A man who rapes your daughter, and when she cries, he calls her a terrorist, is called State of France. A man who rapes your sister, and when she runs away, he calls her a terrorist, is called Britain. A man who rapes your mother, and when she fights him off, he calls her a terrorist, is called Germany. A man who rapes your grandmother, and when she bites him, he calls her a terrorist, is called Russia or China or Japan. America is a man who rapes a woman, and when she resists, he calls her a terrorist, because America leaves all the resources, natural resources in America, and it goes out to other countries to steal other countries' raw materials. And when the people of those countries resist, they call them terrorists. What is the difference between dying from the American bomb and dying from ISIS bomb? Death is death. But what are the Americans dying for? They are dying trying to steal Middle East oil, whereas ISIS fighters are dying defending Middle East oil from America. They are not fighting. ISIS fighters are not dying trying to steal oil from the United States of America. America is the man who rapes a woman, and when she fights him off, he calls her a terrorist. America goes to steal South Africa's gold and platinum, and when South Africans resist, America calls South Africans terrorists. America goes to steal Middle East oil, and when the people of Middle East resist, America calls them terrorists. America goes all over the world. America goes to the DRC to steal the minerals in Congo. When the people of the Congo resist, America calls them terrorists. America is the man who rapes a woman, and when she resists, America calls her a terrorist. Britain is the man who rapes a woman, and when she resists, he calls her a terrorist. Because Britain comes to South Africa to steal gold and platinum, and when South Africans resist, Britain calls them terrorists. Britain is the man who rapes a woman, and when she resists, he calls her a terrorist. Because Britain goes to the Falklands to steal oil, and when the people of Argentina resist, Britain calls them terrorists. So is Russia. Russia is a man who rapes a woman, and when a woman resists, Russia calls her a terrorist. Because Russia goes to Georgia, Russia goes to Ukraine to steal those people's minerals. And when they resist, Russia calls them terrorists. China is a man who rapes a woman, and when a woman resists, China calls her a terrorist. That man calls her a terrorist because China goes to Tibet to steal, to oppress and steal Tibet's minerals, and when the people of Tibet resist, China calls them terrorists. All colonial armies are rapists, are men who rapes a woman, and when a woman resists, they call the woman a terrorist. What is the difference between dying in the hands of Chinese bullets and dying in the hands of the Tibetan bullets? Death is death. Why are the Tibetans terrorists and the Chinese not terrorists? Why are the people of Africa terrorists and the French not terrorists? Because dying is dying. Dying, whether you die in the hands of French bullets or die in the hands of African resistance fighters bullets, death is death. And the African resistance fighters are not dying trying to steal minerals or oil from France. French are dying trying to steal from Africa. Why is the victim of rape a terrorist and a rapist not a terrorist? Death is death. Israel is a man who rapes a woman, and when she cries, Israel calls her a terrorist. Israel goes to the Palestinian land to steal Palestinian water and Palestinian land, and when the Palestinians resist, Israel calls them the Palestinian terrorists. Death is death, whether you die in the hands of Israeli bullets or in the hands of Palestinian resistance fighters bullets. Death is death. So why are the Palestinians terrorists and Israel not terrorists? What do you call a man who rapes a woman and when she resists, he calls her a terrorist? What do you call a man who rapes a girl infant or an infant girl and when she cries, he calls her a terrorist? A man who rapes a woman and when she resists, he calls her a terrorist. It's all the countries of the G8, it's all the countries that have interest in other countries. A man who rapes an infant child girl, and when she cries, it calls her a terrorist. It's France and America and Britain and Germany and Canada and Italy and Japan and all the countries that have interest in other countries. They are the men who rape other women, who rape women, and when women resist, they call them terrorists because they go out to steal other people's resources, and when those people's resources resist, they call them